Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Parks and Tech. Today we've finally got our hands on the DJI Mavic Mini, the everyday fly cam. Of course, I'm sure you've seen a lot of other unboxings and reviews and so forth, but most of those are the Flymore combo. So this one here, this actually isn't, of course, the Flymore combo. This is just your basic purchase, your basic Mavic Mini set, and I'm going to show you everything that comes in the box here real fast. This will be a quick unboxing for sure, because again, you've seen, I'm sure you've seen a million of them out there. So, but yeah, so let's go on ahead and get this bad boy open. I did already open it. In fact, I actually already flew it as well. I did fly it at the abandoned golf course there too. So that video is going to be coming up here momentarily. But let's first take a look and see what we got inside the packaging. So there it is. The Mavic Mini in all its glory. So let's pull the drone itself out here real fast. And you know, I got to be honest with you, the videos and pictures and so forth really don't do this thing justice in terms of how small it really is. I mean, it is definitely very tiny. You know, a lot of people call it cute, but it is very tiny. It is a very small drone. It's extremely light. It is very well built for as cheap and as light as it is. But this is the quadcopter itself. Of course, we got our sensors here on the bottom. We got our power button. You press and hold just like all DJI drones. You got your micro SD card here in the back. Here is your charging cable, and I'm assuming you can also probably plug that into your computer as well. Pop this latch. There's our battery. Now this is the regular version, so this isn't the Flymore combo. So you only get one battery with this, so be aware of that. And I'll be honest, the flight that I got today was probably about 20-25 minutes or so worth of flight time. I think actually it was more like 20, but all in all, you know, not bad for as small of a quad that this is. So let's go ahead and get this thing unfolded. And of course, the back legs just swing out in DJI fashion. So it does. It looks just like a DJI Mavic, but of course a smaller version. These props are unbelievable. The motors, of course, are brushless, but these props are unbelievable. They are just like so thin, and I feel like they're very brittle. You know, when you touch them, but they're not. You know, this thing flew and had no problems. Of course, I wouldn't want to get hit by one of these, of course. I'm sure it'd slice you up pretty bad, so just be careful with that. But these are, like I said, very, very thin props, so I'd probably definitely recommend having an extra set of those. This gimbal cover is really easy to take off. So it just pops off, and that pops right out. So pretty simple in that regard. Again, this is a 3-axis gimbal. Shoots at 2K at 30 frames per second. It also does 1080p. At 60 frames per second. Now you got some fake little sensors here, but this does not have any obstacle avoidance, so just be aware of that. These are not real sensors. In fact, I just think they're little plastic grills that are just there for show. That's at least what it looks like. I got some cooling vents here on each of the sides and the back. But all in all, guys, you know, really, really well done, I think, in terms of the package here, the overall package and the size of this thing. It is the ultralight, 249 grams, you know, so that's cool. It just doesn't have to be registered with the FAA. So if that's something that's important to you, I don't really care either way, because, you know, I fly as a recreational pilot, so, you know, we have one number for everything. So, you know, it's really not that big of a deal. At least for somebody like me. But all in all, you know, like I said, really well built and very impressive. Of course, coming from DJI. The cover goes on real easily, just snaps right back in. Pretty simple. All right, so let's take a look at the transmitter. So the transmitter is just like the Spark transmitter, and looks an awful lot like you know, some of the other DJI standard you know, transmitters that you get. You do get the nubs. They're down here, and they just screw into the top, just like that. And of course, you got your little phone holder here. I really don't use these. I mean, I do use these, but I have a little stand that actually fits in between here, and you'll see it in the when I do the fly video here coming up next. But I have a nice little stand that fits inside here. It works for a lot of other quads too, so it'll fit my Note 9, and it also actually fits some tablets too. But everything's still the same. You know, all your functions are the same. Your return to home, your power button. You got your power lights up here at the top. Record video, take a photo, control your gimbal. That's it. Pretty basic, guys, but still really well built, you know, for what it is and for the price that you can you know, you can get this thing at. So also in the packaging, you can see I already flew this, so I already have one of my connectors out. You do get this little box, and inside here really actually holds everything, but again, I already took some of this stuff out. You do get an extra set of props, so that's pretty cool, and screws, so make sure you don't lose those. You of course get all your different cables and connectors, things like that. What also is pretty cool is you actually do get an extra set of the joysticks as well, so just in case you lose the ones that are in the transmitter. So even without the Fly More package, that's pretty cool that you actually get those. Then of course you get a screwdriver too for the props. Going back to the props real quick, that's the one thing too that you're going to want to be a little careful of, is that unlike other DJI quadcopters, they always had those twist on and pop off props, so they're really easy to take on and off. These are a little different. Each prop itself has screws that goes in, so you know, it's gonna take a little time for you to switch out the props, but with a little practice, you know, you should be okay. But just be aware of that. You know, take your time. Changing props is not something that is to be rushed. That's definitely something that you're going to need to take your time with. So make sure they're on tight and make sure you do them right. Also in the box, of course, we get all your typical guides. In the box, disclaimer and safety guidelines. Get a little quick start sort of guide here. Driving is complex. Flying is easy. Need help? Check out the app. Do all this stuff. Apparently don't do all this stuff. So it's a neat little guide to kind of get you started. It's this little guide. It's just a warranty and other stuff. Of course, you get this too, this little manual that kind of should help you out a little bit if this is your first time, if you're a beginner. Flying with control, have fun, but remember, it's an aircraft. And that there actually says for New Zealand. Interesting. This is the first I actually looked at this, and this is get to know the rules for Australia. So, I don't know why I got these. Australia, New Zealand. I guess they just include these with everybody's. I'll be honest, guys, I didn't even look at this the first time. So, didn't know that that's who they were for. But that's all you get in the basic kit. So, you know, the Fly More package obviously includes your case and some extra batteries and the battery charger, things like that. So for like this one that does not have the additional charger, you just leave the battery inside the quad itself, and then you plug this into your outlet or a USB port, excuse me. It does come with a USB charging cable, you know, micro USB cable, so it does come with that, but I actually left that inside the house. So, all right, guys, well, enough talk about this little guy. You've probably seen and heard a lot about it, and you probably want to see some flight videos. So, stay tuned, and we'll see you at the golf course. All right, guys. So we are back out here at the abandoned golf course. Here, you can see we got a little bit of snow this past week, but today we are going to make this kind of a relatively quick flight, only because it is a little chilly, and other things to do today. But as you can tell, it is a little windy as well. But you know, I figured the temperatures weren't too bad. It's about 40 degrees or so, so it's not bad. So it should be fine for our little Mavic Mini down there. So, all right, guys. So let's go on ahead and get this thing powered up here and walk you through it. So let's get moving. Press and hold. Double click. Okay, press and hold on the transmitter. Gonna have to start up my phone here. Opens up the DJI Fly app. And I forgot that this tilts the other way, so I'm gonna have to move this. All right, so you can see it wants some calibrations, which is fine. This is the first time I have ever, you know, flown this, so that makes total sense. No compass error there. Keep clear of metal objects, electrical charge. Let's click start. So we're gonna rotate it 360 degrees horizontally, then up and down 360 degrees vertically. And that's it. And looks like we got enough GPS satellites to take off. So that's good. Takeoff permitted. It's a good thing. So we're in 2.7K. That's great. Let's also take a look at our safety. Max distance, max altitude's fine. Control, good. Actually, let's go back here. Auto return to home defaults to 30 meters. I'll make that a little higher, just because of all the trees and so forth around here, just in case we get disconnected. So that's great. Let's go on ahead and start recording. And a little gust of wind coming up, but see what happens. There she is. Just battling the wind a little bit there. Man, is she quiet. Let's just start by doing a little flight around here. Just to get used to the controls. And it's, of course, it's an awful lot like any other DJI drone. Of course, we got a big bird, big hawk up there, probably eyeing my little guy. I don't know if you can see that on the recording or not, so I don't think I'm going to get too far away from me here. He is definitely eyeing my little Mini. There she is. Kind of flying sideways. I wonder if that is me because of the wind up there. Could be a combination of both. Ha. Bring her down just a little bit here and do a little test. See if that is me. Well, must be just the wind. Seems to be flying straight now. How you doing? Good. She handles very nicely, even in a little bit of wind here. Super steady, just as you would expect from a DJI product. I know this is a familiar scene that you guys all see a lot in my videos, but this is, this is the best place that's really close nearby, for me to fly. Gimbal moves really smooth, really quick. air brakes. That's steady. Always wanted to get a shot like this. I'm going to bring her down low a little bit. And then we're going to go up and turn. There it is. Back up here. A little bit of wind, you can see her fighting it. Start bringing her down a little bit. almost over top of this here. A little garbled. Probably because I'm directly over top of me. Oh, nope, I'm not directly over top of me, but I am directly almost over top of that tree there. Got about 41% battery left. Now again, I only got the regular kit. I didn't get the Fly More package. So I don't have the extra batteries like everybody else. Get a good look at it for you. We're gonna do backwards and up. Why Marcus loves those shots. They really do turn out cool. It's a little windy. All right, guys. So this was the first look and first flight for me, at least, of the DJI Mavic Mini. There's going to be a lot more to come here with this bird, and I know a lot of other people have been posting videos like this, so I really appreciate you taking the time to check mine out. And I have some really cool plans that I haven't seen yet. Some cool ideas that I really hope will work. You know, given the size of this thing and just you know, the quality of it and so forth. So you know, I hopefully you guys will stick around and come back and check that out. So so again, hopefully you won't be seeing a lot of the same thing from everybody. And when everybody else sort of stops reviewing this thing and keeps you know, going on to the latest and greatest, well, guess what? I will still be showing this along with some of the other people, I'm sure, that I'm friends with. And there's the low battery warning. So I'm gonna try a little hand catch here, and let's see what happens. It took a little time there to realize that it was landed, but it did. So that's great. So that's a cool little hand catch. The first hand catch with the Mavic Mini. All right, guys. Well, I really appreciate you watching, and I hope you'll catch me in the next one. All right, guys. Thanks again. Bye bye.